What is happening, guys? Welcome back to another prop firm review video, and today we have a broker backed one, which is ThinkCapital. Now, as you may or may not know, I basically have tried the 2-step and the 1-step, and I failed both of them. And not only have I failed both of them, I have learned a lot in my time with trading with them. So currently I'm still going to be trying them until I get a payout, so I'm going to be sharing that journey. But not only is that journey just with ThinkCapital, it's actually with all the prop firms that will allow me to trade with them. I'm trying to get to $3 million in funding and $1 million in payout, so do follow me on that journey. Now, that being said, I've actually got quite a nice little experience with them, and I want to share with you guys. So if you're thinking about trading with ThinkCapital, what has been the experience so far, the honest review from it, how their challenges work. I made some really crazy mistakes that breached me, and I want to share with you so you do not make the same mistake and then lose the money like I did. Now, really and truly, the most frustrating part was I actually ended up breaching one of the rules that was in phase 2, and I was in profit, but the only person accountable for that was myself. So without further ado, let's get to the video. All right. So this is the ThinkCapital website. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty seamless. I'm not really too sure what this play button is.
ThinkCapital isn't your typical prop firm. We're backed by Think Markets, giving you the power and security of a top-tier broker. Whether you're just starting or scaling up, ThinkCapital helps you trade confidently without risking your own money. Our challenges fast-track you to a funded account, letting you keep up to 90% of the profits. And with TradingView, you can analyze, execute, and manage all your trades in one seamless platform. You can also trade on ThinkTrader, our proprietary platform designed for precision.
I didn't know they had that on TradingView.
And the big news, ThinkCapital is open to US traders. Turn your skills into profits. Join ThinkCapital today. Take the challenge.
So that's quite interesting. So just watching that video, I didn't actually even know, and that's why I guess it's good to watch these videos sometimes, is that they actually have something where you can trade on TradingView. Not only that as well, that they allowed US traders. So that's already a start for you guys in the US trying to look for a firm to trade with. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So that's their video. I didn't even know that existed. I think if that auto played, it'd probably be more seamless for them on their website. Now, you can manage up to 600K. You've got 90% profit, up to 90% profit split. You can do 14 days in terms of the payout, and then you can scale up to 1.5 million. They currently have 3 types of challenges. So the 1-step challenge, this is the 2-step challenge, and this is the 3-step challenge. Now, one thing I really want to jump straight into and don't get caught up on is every firm has different profit targets and also different daily drawdown limits. And this is where I messed up. So I basically messed up by thinking there was a 5% daily loss, but it was 4%. So as soon as the loss floated past 4%, it breached me on my account. So that was very, very frustrating. So I ended up losing the account and it was in profit. But you know what? You live and you learn. They currently have 5K challenges all the way up to 300K challenges. They have the 1-step, 2-step, and 3-step. Now, with their 1-step, they have basically a max loss of 6%, and then it's 3% on their daily loss. Now, one of the best things I've found so far is that this is a static loss. Well, from even just trialing it, it hasn't been trading unless they update this in the future. But a lot of 1-step are actually trading, and trading can really catch you out. So I think that this is quite different from the rest of the market. As for when they have their dual step, it is 8% max loss limit and 8% on profit target. So 8.5 and then 8.4. So 8.5 is the profit and 8.4 is the max loss and then the daily loss. Really and truly, I don't think it's the best offering out there, but it is a great alternative, which is you're going to hear me talk about a lot in this video, because I think ThinkCapital is something that you have to have in your portfolio, but it's not necessarily the #1 firm you should go and try with straight away. Now, I do want to quickly plug, if you do want to try ThinkCapital, there is a 15% discount. That's right, 15% discount, and it's code WChampFX, but it's in capitals. Make sure you use capitals, because quite a few people prefer a broker-backed firm. Quite a few people wanted to trade with ThinkCapital. They have given us a discount, and even for me, I could potentially use it as well. So it's 15% off of any challenge on there. So you have to use it in capitals. So if you do want to try, you can use that code. Now, another major thing that I would say about this website is that they've got a little bit of a comparison. So for example, they have a 1-step challenge, some others don't. Some have 3-step challenge, some others don't. I don't think this is relevant because a lot of companies do. I like that they are balanced based, so not equity based. That's probably one of the strongest points so far. Next up is their payout cycles is weekly as opposed to bi-weekly, and even some firms is monthly. They're broker backed as well. Now, I've made a whole video about the truth behind a broker backed firm. Now, that broker broker back doesn't necessarily mean it's a good or negative thing. I think that they just have the liquidity in terms of the amount of money to keep the firm running, so they won't be liquidated or insolvent like many firms did last year. They also have MT5. This is some of the pros you can think about. They have the liquidity providing for the volume of the brokers. So for example, market execution is from the broker side as well. And they just have access to different types of risk elements and back room and data. Now, I would say ThinkCapital is probably one of the better ones out of all of the broker back firms. They're a little bit more in tune with the market, because I feel like the 4 firms that came into the space kind of just want to do their own thing. And doing their own thing is great, but it's just not really up to date with the market. Do you know what I mean? So like FTMO have really killed it. FTMO have just bought Oanda, if you haven't seen that video already. But doing challenges where, you know, the profit target is incredibly high and then the loss is incredibly low, no one's going to pick your firm. You're better off picking other firms that are out there that just have so much more attractiveness to them. And also you're not guaranteed your payout just with a broker back firm as well. So really and truly, I find that ThinkCapital are the only ones that have done it quite well for the time being. And also in social media terms with things as well, they're really trying to dominate, and I'm seeing them pretty much everywhere as well. So let's see, hopefully I can get my funded, I can pass my phase 2 and then also get a payout. Then that'll be an awesome story to share with you guys, because then I can share a full transparency series with you guys of not just phase 1 and phase 2, but also getting a funded. Now, speaking about funded and trading with them, now this is the dashboard. It does look pretty cool, but this is where I failed one of the accounts. What I must say about it is the support tickets are a little bit behind, but I like the way they have their system. That's what I will say. Now, I wouldn't say this is based on the people who manage your support ticket, but I love the fact that I have a very clean system here. You can open it and close it on here, and then people can talk. You can also do the priority, high, medium, and low. That is really positive. Now, this is something hopefully they can improve on over time, is the type of people you get. Now, I've had one person that was very helpful, and I had another person who just closed my ticket and just said, here's the link, fuck off. Which is not really the coolest thing, right? Because I always believe customer service is number one, because if you open a ticket, that's when you have a problem. So therefore, that's when the people are most in need. So therefore, you should put a little bit more time to understand their problem and make sure that they're happy closing it, as opposed to, yeah, fuck off. Do you know what I mean? But again, I think that that's down to the individual of who you get. But the system in and in itself for the company has been set up quite nicely. They've got different trading tools. They've got Analysis Hub. They've got the Web Trader. I've got the dashboards, certificates that you can have. I wonder if I have a certificate. I mean, I have one certificate here for passing phase 1, which is quite nice. And then obviously your payouts and then KYC. Now, really and truly, there isn't too much to the dashboard that's anything I'd say different from the rest of the market. But what I will say is that I would trade with ThinkCapital. I mean, I already have, right? And I've failed, and I've bought 2 challenges, and I'm going to buy 2 more. Really and truly, once the payouts come through, then I'll really know how good of a company they are, and I'll do an updated review from them. But if this is a company that's definitely on your list, I would say don't make it the first company, because you definitely can get like FTMO or like one of the really renowned ones. But I do generally think that ThinkCapital should definitely be in everyone's portfolio, and it's additional funding. So that being said, the pricing is quite good. They've got good in terms of balance-based drawdowns. They're a broker-backed firm. There's a lot of positives that come with it, and there is nothing that really stands out that would stop me trading with them. Even one of the biggest things I've seen is a lot of these firms apply a lot of risk elements. ThinkCapital hasn't really applied them yet, but then again, things may change when I am funded. So that's pretty much a bit of a summary of ThinkCapital. Let me know, how have you guys found ThinkCapital? Have you traded with them? Has the experience been good? Has it been bad? It would be nice for you guys to kind of have that conversation down below. Don't forget, there is 15% off of your challenge if you decide to trade with ThinkCapital, a broker-backed firm. Code WChampFX in capitals. And then last but not least, we have a whole prop firm review page coming up on our website at wchampfx.com, so you can go and check out, you know, my reviews on other firms, compare them, review them, and at the end of the day, you've got to do your own research. My experience may not be the same as yours, but at the end of the day, this is my point of view to share with you as transparently as I can, and that's all I can do from my perspective. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. There will be a giveaway in the pinned comment below, but you got to make sure you subscribe. So see you in the next video. Champ out. Peace.